Welcome to the official Windows 8 channel, and today we're going to talk about something new coming with Windows 8.1 and also something coming from Windows 7, which is Internet Explorer 11. With the release of Windows 8.1, the browser in your Windows machine was updated. You had Internet Explorer 10 with Windows 8, and now a brand new version, Internet Explorer 11, is pushed with Windows 8.1. The good news is that there's also a preview version for Windows 7, which means that in the near future we're going to have a Internet Explorer 11 for Windows 7, which is good news, as they seem to be updating Windows 7 for now, which is I think a good idea. So what's new, what's different in Internet Explorer 11? First of all, Microsoft claims that Internet Explorer 11 is faster, 30% faster. Now, I haven't tested the speed difference yet, but it seems to be pretty much the same as Internet Explorer 10, first of all. I haven't seen any increase in speed from Internet Explorer 11. One of the first things that happened when I clicked on Explorer 11 is the fact that it showed up a little box at the bottom of the browser window, telling me that some of my add-ons were incompatible. And in the incompatible add-ons, some of the incompatible add-ons were, for example, the Java help plugin, stuff like that. I don't really use any sites that require Java, so I didn't really test if it had an impact. Personally, all the add-ons that were removed because they were incompatible actually didn't really change anything, and I didn't see any websites that didn't work with Explorer 11. I am a Google Chrome user normally, but in the past week I forced myself to use only Internet Explorer 11 so that I can see if there are any glitches or problems with Explorer 11. It seems to be very, very stable. I haven't had any issues, I haven't had any problems, no web pages that I went to couldn't display. They really improved it upon the preview, because in April of last year there was a preview version of Explorer, and it had a lot of difficulties with some websites. And being a preview, you can't really say if it's good or not because it's incomplete. Now this is the real release of Internet Explorer 11, so this is interesting. About that, if we look at about, you can see here, so it's version 11.0.9600.16384 RTM, retail to manufacturer. So this is the update, really the latest update of Explorer 11. What's new? One of the first things that you'll notice that's really cool is the fact that you now have in the full version, because you still have both the full Metro or modern interface version that's available on your start screen, and of course you still have the Internet Explorer desktop version that looks like an old browser with the bars on the top and stuff like that. So depending on what you're going to use, features are pretty much the same, except that for the modern interface there's new stuff. So if we look at about here, so this is the same version as we have, the build of Internet Explorer 11. So if you use the Metro version or the modern UI version, which is here, one thing you'll notice is that there's now a little star that's called favorites in the bottom that was missing out of the Internet Explorer 10. And if you right click, now you'll have tabs that are viewed at the bottom and that you can slide from left to right. And you'll have a way now to actually add your pages to the favorites and pin these windows in your favorite section, which is pretty cool. Favorites was kind of missing in Internet Explorer 10, or it was kind of complicated. It would show what you pinned to the desktop as your favorites and stuff like that. It was kind of a mishmash, a little complicated to use. Now it's a lot easier. The favorites are clearly there. You can actually manage all your favorites, change the order of things, which is pretty cool. And you can add your favorite sections now in the favorites, so you can customize everything here. That's a very, very nice add-on. So that's cool. It's gonna be easier to manage your Internet Explorer favorites from now on, which was a big mess before. As for speed, like I said, nothing really different. I don't see any differences. One of the things that the Internet Explorer browser apparently uses now is your graphics chip. So apparently some of the rendering on the screen when you're on some websites is done through your GPU. So not only the CPU of your machine is used, but also for rendering the graphics in the pages, your graphic chip is also used. So I would see that there's a possibility of an increase in speed on some of the websites that are really graphic intensive, because that would probably use your GPU, which was not really used much before. So it's kind of using two processors, as your graphic processor is almost as powerful as your core processor in your machine. There's improved compatibility with websites, and I've seen that because I had a few problems in Internet Explorer 10 that seem to have been fixed in Internet Explorer 11. So this is an interesting little feature. For those of you that stumbled upon this video and are not in Windows 8, this page shows you that now there is a version of Internet Explorer 11 preview that's available for Windows 7. So if you're using Windows 7, you can click and install it on Windows 7 SP1, 32 or 64-bit versions. So, and also on Windows Server 2008, which is pretty cool. Another quick, interesting customization available in Internet Explorer is now the possibility to simply go into your options in the charm bar and ask for the tabs and the address bar to be shown all of the time. That's quite cool. So if you are tired of always swiping up or right-clicking somewhere on the page to show up your browser address bar, now it can be just put on all the time. You also have a cool zoom feature that you can say, well, I want my zoom pages to be always at 150%, for example, which is pretty nice. And of course you can customize the default of the letters on the pages by clicking and selecting which one you'd like to have in your reading view. So pretty cool for that. And of course the regular options of storing passwords, and also a feature of detecting the phone numbers, so you can actually call with your browser. So another feature in Internet Explorer is its security. They've really enhanced security, and that's why the some browser add-ons were deactivated and are incompatible, because they don't meet the new enhanced security requirements of Internet Explorer 11. So they will prevent, apparently, execution of codes from websites. So they kind of worked hard on trying to really lower the number of people that can get infected from a browser hijack and stuff like that. One really nice feature also is that now when you have a website, for example, if you go on your favorite news website, you know the news changes all the time, and if you were pin that website to your start menu, you'd basically have a very boring tile that would show the website. With Internet Explorer 11 and Windows 8.1, you will now have the possibility to have live tiles from the pinned website, which means that you'll see miniatures of what's happening under the website that you just pinned on the start menu. That's going to be active, which is pretty cool. So really some nice improvements. As for speed, we're going to have a few tests. I'm going to compare the Internet Explorer 10 and Explorer 11 to see if there's a speed increase, and I'll also do a video where we'll compare the latest versions of Google Chrome, Firefox, and Internet Explorer 11 and see which ones will pop up websites the fastest. So that's going to be an interesting little test to do. Internet Explorer 10 was one of the fastest browsers. Did it keep this way? Did it stay like that on Explorer 11? Look for the video that we will be doing these little tests. And as for the rest, well, still two versions, desktop and a Metro UI version of Explorer 11. So this continues. Apparently, some news sources say that the next version of Explorer would probably be only modern Metro UI, which means that desktop versions would not be available anymore. Which would probably say also that Internet Explorer 12 would probably be unavailable in Windows 7. So there's a good chance that Windows 7 will have its last Explorer upgrade with the 11. So gotta be looking towards that and see what how it goes. But like Windows XP had its last browser upgrade with Explorer 8. So it's been many years, and because Microsoft is really pushing hard to try and get everyone into your the Windows 8 experience, probably that if you want to have a modern browser eventually on Windows 7, you'll have to do like users of Windows XP that use Firefox or Chrome, because these are the only browsers that actually update on Windows XP. So this was a quick look and review of Internet Explorer 11. If you have any comments, questions, please feel free. Maybe you have Internet Explorer 11 and you're kind of thinking that it's good or bad or whatever you think about it. Let us know about your experience. For those of you that can't use browsers like Internet Explorer, because there's a lot of message about people saying, well, I upgraded, it doesn't work, and it never worked. And the problem with Explorer is that probably the browser that gets affected the most when you have viruses or you have problems in your computer is Internet Explorer, because a lot of software will actually add all sorts of little add-ons to the browser, and it can break the browser. So often when people say, well, it's no good, I can't make Explorer work, a lot of times Explorer is not the culprit. It's the add-ons that are in the browser that make it crash. Or you might have experienced a virus that actually changed all of your Explorer experience settings. And so if you enjoy our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Lots of videos coming up about Windows 8.1 and how to use Windows 8.1. And hope that you come back to the official Windows 8 channel. Bye-bye.